A very warm welcome to everyone tuning in. So, the India versus Australia series, the third test starts off in 2 days, and the excitement is very much huge. There have been plenty of things that have happened in the past few days, from Pat Cummins going back to home, Ashton Agar going back to home, Cam Green, Mitchell Stark coming in. But what's the recent news that is K.S. Bharat was in a press conference 2 days before, like today, few hours before, and so we have got our very own Sandeepan Banerjee all the way from Indore to give us some insights about it. Sandeepan, a very warm welcome. So, what you have to say about KS Bharat's press conference today?
Look, it's good to be back here in Indore. I'm coming back here after 4 years. And yeah, I like this city. I like the vibe. The ground is just inside the city. So you don't have to, like in some of the other venues, you have to travel to other, outside the city limits to, get to the ground. But this ground is right inside the city. The food is nice over here. So overall, good to be back here. And we're expecting expecting another I would love to say cracking India versus Australia contest, but I won't. I'm not sure how competitive Australia will be because as you have rightly mentioned that there are plenty of things happening at their camp. But still, let's hope for the best. Initially, this test match was supposed to happen in Dharamshala, but it's not happening in Dharamshala. But I am expecting very good crowd turnout here, and I am expecting a good test match. So yeah, I mean, so let's hope for the best. Let's hope that Australia shows some fighting spirit like their girls.
Definitely. That's a bold statement from Sandeepan. And I think the Australian women were really brilliant in the Women's World Cup, but now it's time for the men. They are already 2-0 behind Australia. And also, they've got few setbacks in the form of skipper Pat Cummins not there. Then David Warner is unavailable for the rest of the test. So, how much of a big blow is it to Australia? Like they're already 2-0 behind. And do you see that some mental aspect of the game being influenced over here?
I think the 10-day gap has come at the right time for the Australians. They have got time to shift some of their focus away from the game, and when you are beaten like they did in Nagpur and Delhi, they needed that gap. Uh, yeah, Australians are looking depleted. Pat Cummins will not be there. Steven Smith is coming back as a captain of this Australian team, which I believe is a huge, since what happened in Cape Town. Following that, Steve Smith is back as a captain. Cam Green looks fit. He batted at the nets. Mitchell Starks, he was actually fit in Delhi also, but I think he will definitely play here. So Mitchell Stark and Cam Green they are the likely replacement in this Australian team. I would love to see them play maybe another seamer, but I am not sure whether they will do that or not. They will probably go ahead with the three spinner strategy. The
Provided the
pitch
conditions
condition will be
also.
identical like we have seen in Delhi and Nagpur. So yeah, I mean that's all I have from the Australian camp.
Talking about the pitch and the conditions, like you have been in the Indore. So, did you visit the nets today? And like, how was the pitch? It was informed that Rahul Dravid, coach, he was just watching and he went and just he was observing how the pitch was like. There were few bloopers telling that it was once again a dry pitch. What are your views on it?
No. I said that conditions will be identical as we have seen in Delhi and Nagpur. So basically, you cannot blame those pitches because India scored runs on those pitches. It is
Definitely.
the home team. It is the Australians who have struggled to counter spin. Uh, and I have seen the practice sessions of both the teams. I have found some contrasting approach towards playing spin where the Indians were using their feet, they were like using the crease, they're playing the spinners on the V. Australians were again, they looked, I think they again looked to sweep and all the horizontal bat shots on those pitches. Um, on those practice pitches, the pitch is dry as of now, but this pitch will be less drier than what we have seen in Nagpur because these conditions you can see there's a heat out, there is a lot of heat over here like 35 degrees now, uh, but still I think it will be less drier than Nagpur because this stadium is known for high scoring matches. So
And even the boundaries are short, if
yeah,
I'm
different.
not wrong.
There are some actually. There are red soil pitches over here also, but in the match will be played on black soil pitches, like we have seen in Nagpur or Delhi.
All
So
right.
because रेड सॉइल पिचेस में क्या होता है, थोड़ा बाउंस ज्यादा होता है, तो
हाँ,
ऑस्ट्रेलियन शायद स्पिनर्स को मदद मिल सकता था, लेकिन मुझे नहीं लग
हाँ.
रहा है कि आई मीन आई एम श्योर दैट कि रेड सॉइल पिचेस में मैचेस नहीं होंगे, जो ब्लैक सॉइल पिच है हुआ है उसमें ही मैच होंगे.
ओके सो तो दैट इज अ गुड न्यूज़ ये गुड न्यूज़ है अश्विन जडेजा अक्षर के लिए और लाइक देयर इज द केस भारत रिसेंटली प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में वो कह रहा था कि लाइक इट इज नॉट दैट इजी टू कीप अगेंस्ट अश्विन अक्षर जडेजा स्पेशली अश्विन एंड जडेजा सो एज अ विकेट कीपर लाइक एज अ बैटर यू कीप गेसिंग देम एंड विकेट कीपर का भी काम वही होता है कि लाइक आपको विकेट्स के पीछे से आपको गेस करना होता है कि लाइक बॉल अंदर आएगा या फिर दिस इज द अवे टर्नर. So, what are your views? Like, how difficult it can get for a keeper?
It is very difficult to keep these kind of world class spinners on these kind of conditions, uh, because as a keeper you are not sure, right, कौन सा बॉल टर्न होगा, कौन सा नहीं होगा, कौन सा बाउंस होगा, कौन सा नहीं होगा. And that's what KS Bharat said in the presser, that he was asked this question and he said that as a keeper on these kind of pitches you have to be always expect the ball to come to you. That's how you can that's how you can, and you have to close the ball as watch the ball as closely as possible. So इसीलिए कीपर यहाँ पर कीपिंग करना इतना, that's his theory. He said के I always expect the ball to come to me, and that's why that's why I think he has done well in so far in these two test matches. And remember that KS Bharat has a lot of experience of keeping on this kind of pitches against spinners on domestic cricket. At domestic
Definitely.
circuit, he has done it, and he's showing his experience over here.
Definitely. So we've got some questions coming up, and Ajay Ahira is asking one of the very, very important questions, and that is Shubman Gill or KL Rahul. Rahul Dravid ने I think second test के बाद उन्होंने कहा था कि like we are going to back KL Rahul. But again, Shubman Gill was the first one to be in the nest today, if I'm not wrong, according to Bharat Sundaresan, what he tweeted today. So आपको क्या लगता है? Should it be Shubman Gill or should KL Rahul be back for few more chances? He
Look,
should get.
Shubman also batted yesterday. इंडियन टीम का एक सेशन हुआ था yesterday, छोटा सा सेशन था, लेकिन उसमें भी शुभमन ने बैटेड. शुभमन आज बहुत देर तक, पहले तो he did some knocking and all. Then he faced spinners, pacers. So basically, and he batted in 3 sessions, I think. Shubman.
All right.
केएल ने भी 2 सेशन में बैटिंग किया. Hmm, अब मुझे जो लगा फ्रॉम द आउटसाइड, आई फाउंड केएल a bit scratchy क्योंकि he was playing and missing a few more ball deliveries and all. Suman, he looked okay. He also played and missed a few, but he looked to attack when Jadeja Ashwin were bowling to him. He looked to attack. He looked to play sweeps. He was using his speeds, trying to loft the spinners. So overall, देखा जाए तो अभी you cannot say कि who will play and who will not, because both are both players are preparing themselves for the game. क्योंकि केएल also was facing the new ball. Then Shubman भी new ball आके face किया सिराज और शमी को. तो अभी it is hard to say कि कौन खेलेगा, क्योंकि you know that ideally Shubman Gill should play, but this Indian team management backs KL Rahul a lot. So as of now, as an outsider, it is very hard to say, because दोनों ही they have both have done a similar sort of practice जो हम मैच से पहले देखते हैं.
And as you mentioned, like KL Rahul, he was seen in the net session, and he was also the vice captain of the team, right? But now currently, abhi wo vice captain nahi hai. So, in your eyes, who do you see as the next vice captain of the Indian Test side?
I think Ravichandran Ashwin should be the vice captain. His place is not under scrutiny. He has an excellent cricketing brain, or he has captained Tamil Nadu in domestic circuit. So yeah,
Definitely.
I think why not? Why not
But
Ashwin? I like
yeah,
Ashwin to be. Ashwin is probably my favorite choice in this team to captain this team.
definitely, I'm on the same page with you. You know, in the last few months, the last few years, I've been wondering why they don't opt for Ashwin as a captain. But I think there's another
Yeah,
count.
it is because when India play outside the country,
Yeah.
especially in Sena, then Ashwin's place comes under scrutiny. Place in the 11. That is probably the reason why he hasn't been. He is not being picked as a full time captain. But definitely, as a condition, with Ashwin should lead the team. Should be the vice captain. I mean, obviously Rohit is leading the team. You can see fans cheering
Yes.
behind me. I don't know, they may have bought tickets or something like that. Yeah, but yeah, Ashwin should be ideal vice captain for this team.
All right. So Ashwin should be the vice captain, the ideal vice captain. That is what Sandeepan has to say to all of us. But for the time being, we'd like to keep your questions coming in, all those who are watching us. And apart from that, now if you slightly move towards the Australian contingent, like Steve Smith back as the captain, uh, क्या किसी ने सोच सकता था कि स्टेव स्मिथ दोबारा कैप्टेंसी करेगा आफ्टर दैट इंसिडेंट the that ball tampering incident. Did you feel that Steve Smith could have been the captain, and how do you see this decision? Now, ये हो भी सकता है कि फ्यूचर में जाके वो एक परमानेंट कैप्टन बन जाए ऑस्ट्रेलियन टीम का.
That's what like I said at the start, that it's a path breaking scenario for Australian cricket. If you look at what happened post Cape Town, I mean, जब वो incident हुआ था Cape Town में Steve Smith, Warner and Peter Handskov. So all those things, I don't know. I mean, Steve Smith ka वापस आना, and at this point when team is 2-0 down, he's leading the team. He's probably one of the most trusted batsmen for Australia on these kind of conditions. So this is the ideal kind of scenario for Steve Smith, to show his class, to lead the team from the front, score some runs, and show the world and cricket Australia that still can lead this team.
All right, and there's another thing that's coming. हमने देखा था like there were a few net sessions where we got to see Mitchell Stark getting the ball to reverse a bit. Cameron Green का एक like he was bowled. Cameron Green Stark was bowling to
Yeah,
clean.
Cameron Green has batted for a whole long time at the nets. Mitchell Stark bowled. He also met me. I said in one cricket before in Delhi also that Mitchell Stark looked absolutely fit in Delhi. He was bowling in the middle pitch. He was bowling with his 100% pace, full run up. Was इधर भी यहाँ पर भी he was doing the same thing. And now with no Cummings there, Mitchell Stark is an automatic selection in this team.
Yeah, definitely, and then
And
also there's a
he
left
can be
arm
handy
variant.
batter down the order as well.
Yeah, we all remember his 90 runs that he made in a few years back, right? 7 to 8 years back when he visited. Sandeepan, my next question to you is about this. Jaydev Unadkat has came into the side. Now, do you see him making it into the playing 11? Like there shouldn't be any chances, but if we've seen the Indian team do some weird selections at times or some tactical changes, do you see him coming back? Like after winning the trophy for Saurashtra in the Ranji Trophy, he's back once again.
Look, Jaydev Unadkat obviously now a Ranji Trophy winning captain. I mean, obviously he has done it before also, but he has just won the Ranji Trophy for Saurashtra. He's back. He bowled well at the Eden Gardens in that final game, but it is unlikely that he'll get a game until and unless के last moment पे कोई injury हो जाए, कुछ हो जाए, क्योंकि Shami and Siraj ऐसे condition में they are first choice opener, first choice bowlers हैं, और I think they look fit. शमी and सिराज, क्योंकि उनको they haven't bowled much right in the last two test matches, क्योंकि स्पिनर ने सारा काम कर दिया था.
Yes. Um, Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli were spotted in the net session today, and they were playing the spinners well. So, do you have anything to say like about the techniques or how they were approaching the spinners in the nets?
Yeah. So Virat, and I think One Cricket will definitely do a story. I will do a story for One Cricket regarding this कि कैसे हम हमारे जो बैट्समैन है वो स्पिन को कैसे खेलते हैं. क्योंकि जो मैंने थोड़ा I explained briefly before that when I saw very closely how Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli and Cheteshwar Pujara, all these players batted against spinners like Ashwin and Jadeja especially, and some local bowlers. So they are using their feet. They are not playing those horizontal bats. They are totally concentrating on playing on the in the V, uh, using their feet, using the crease of depth of the crease. Um, and that's what we have been told since our childhood, right? जब भी हमने क्रिकेट खेलना भी शुरू किया था, हमारे कोचेस कहते थे अगर पहले तो स्वीप का उतना कॉन्सेप्ट ही नहीं था,
बिल्कुल नहीं था.
और जब भी स्लो पिचेस में तो हमको कहा जाता कि आप सीधा ही खेलो, यू प्ले द वी.
बिल्कुल.
सो क्योंकि ऐसे कंडीशन में स्पेशली जडेजा अश्विन के खिलाफ, जडेजा और अक्सर के खिलाफ स्वीप इज अ वेरी डिफिकल्ट शॉट टू एग्जीक्यूट, राइट? लाइक
Yes.
इफ यू स्वीप ऑन लेंथ, either you sweep on length or you sweep on line. लेकिन Australians look confused. वो लोग तो it seemed like a predetermined shot for them, right? In the second innings of Delhi. और ऐसे आप नहीं खेल सकते हो. यू हैव टू शो ट्रस्ट योर टेक्निक, यू हैव टू ट्रस्ट योर मेथड. लेकिन ऑस्ट्रेलियंस का प्रॉब्लम यही है कि जैसे हमारे वीडियो में ही भरत सुंदरेश्वर ने एक बोला है कि these most of these Australian batters they are not very comfortable playing the sweep shots, but somehow they believed that sweep is the only way they can score runs on this kind of pitches. So अगर किसी में आप कंफर्टेबल नहीं हो लेकिन आपको करना पड़ रहा है तो जो रिजल्ट होगा वही हो रहा है इसमें. तो आई थिंक जिस मेथड में वो कंफर्टेबल है मुझे लग रहा है कि आई थिंक दे शुड ट्रस्ट देयर मेथड. इफ दे आर नॉट दे वांट टू यूज देयर फीट और अटैक देन दे शुड डू दैट. बट अगर
And
आप स्वीप करके आप कंफर्टेबल नहीं हो तो देन दे शुड नॉट प्ले.
And हमने like sweep के लिए they're also like the players with big feet, such as Matthew Hayden, we have seen in the past, and now they have got Cameron Green, who is a good sweeper of the ball. So हो सकता है कि the inclusion of Cameron Green can be a good addition, like he can play the sweep. और नहीं तो even उस्मान ख्वाजा को आजकल हम लोग sweep करते हुए देखते हैं, but अगर आप 4 या 5 साल पहले देखो उस्मान ख्वाजा का आर्मरी में नहीं था sweep shots. तो डू यू थिंक कि लाइक जो एक अश्विन फैक्टर होता है या जडेजा फैक्टर होता है जब आते हैं, लाइक देयर वाज अ लॉट ऑफ हाइप क्रिएटेड ऑफ अश्विन before Australia came in India. So they went on to the counter attacking method, and like do you feel that ये एक mental aspect जो है, एक डर या फिर hype जो भी अश्विन का, that played an impact in Australian minds?
No, of course, you are absolutely right. It's about the mental aspects only because these are quality players. They have played enough cricket, even in subcontinent also. But the thing is कि जब आप mentally आप you are not a right phase of mind कि आपको, that's why they are not trusting their techniques, right? They are not trusting their techniques because they feel that their techniques are not good enough. But you have to trust your skills and it is absolutely mentally. देखिए पहले दिन से ऑस्ट्रेलियन टीम का फोकस रहा है कि how to play spin on these kind of pitches. They'll they brought an Ashwin lookalike, then their camp in Karnataka. Then they suffered that heavy defeat in Nagpur. Then again Delhi में आके their focus was कि कैसे मतलब we have to score 225 something. Am I
Yeah,
still there or?
yeah, yeah, you're there,
Yeah, yeah.
you're
So
audible,
yeah,
so
I
we
mean,
will
it is
be able.
absolutely mental aspect of the game and the media chatter also. So I think that has got to them because especially the Australian media chatter के एक नागपुर से जो शुरू हुआ कि one side of the wicket is dry, one side is not dry. Left handers के लिए इंडियन टीम ने विकेट बनाया है. And all those things have got into their head, and that's why they are not thinking clearly. And that's why I feel this 10-day gap has come at the right time for them. And I hope that they will come out with some fresh approach because at Nagpur in the second innings they were over defensive, over calculative. Here in Delhi in the second innings they are over attacking, so they need to find the right balance. I think this kind of pitch here in Indore, especially this being a comparatively high scoring venue, I think Australians can play their natural game and can trust their technique. And I think if they play natural cricket, they will definitely get 250 on this kind of pitches. And anything 250, 275, 300 on that zone, they will be competitive.
Yes, spot on, Sandipan. That should be competitive. And we have also seen Virender Sehwag's 200 come up over here. Even there have been a lot of matches in the Ranji Trophy being played at the Holka recently. And we saw some good runs coming in. But Jo Cheese, like before we end of this session, I've got one last final question for you. And that is India 2-0 now. The World Test Championship final, the seats, they're on the verge of making it. But one more win and they'll make it. So, do you see there is a big news that came yesterday that Jasprit Bumrah might not be available for India, right? Even in the WTC finals. So, how big a factor could that play for India? Like talking about the WTC
Absolutely
finals.
big, very big, absolutely. Because they are just one test match, one victory away for a place in the World Test Championship final. और यहाँ पर जीत गए तो दे विल सिक्योर देयर प्लेस. यहाँ पर ऑस्ट्रेलिया के लिए एक्चुअली मुश्किल हो जाएगा क्योंकि ऑस्ट्रेलिया दे नाउ नीड टू विन एटलीस्ट वन और ड्रॉ ए गेम एंड ड्रॉ इज कंप्लीटली आउट ऑफ द स्कीम ऑफ थिंग्स यहाँ पर. तो मैं I also feel, हालांकि I will tell the theory before the Ahmedabad test कि अगर हम यहाँ पर जीत जाते हैं, if we win this test match over here, then we should prepare a pace friendly wicket and do a dress rehearsal for the oval test match, क्योंकि oval test match से पहले हमको ज्यादा टाइम नहीं मिलेगा क्योंकि आईपीएल असाइनमेंट्स है सबके. So why not do a dress rehearsal? India will have nothing to lose in Ahmedabad. Why not do a dress rehearsal for the oval test match?
बिल्कुल, very very practical things that
Prepare
you're
a
saying
pace
also.
friendly wicket at Ahmedabad. Ask Australia to, tempt Australia to play three pacers over there, and that will be a good game. Good challenge for our batsmen.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing that I think I hope that this thing that you're telling it goes into the heads of the management, right? They get to hear it or the curators and like they implement it. But before that, a win in the third test is very important. All right, guys. So thank you so much for joining in. We'll be back with many more contents in our channel. Sandeepan will be back once again. The test matches are still going on. So yeah, stay tuned to our network. If you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, make sure you do it. And yes, share among your cricket loving friends. Thank you so much. Signing off for the moment.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching.